Guys, we all watched the film from yesterday, and I hope everyone knows it wasn't good enough. Today's practice has got to be great. You want to win a ball game, take advantage of your practice reps, because Sunday's going to be here before you know it.
Wellington! Here we go. Wellington! 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 Wellington! Here we go. Here we go. Wellington! Wellington! 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 Here we go. Wellington! Wellington!
Time is running out. This is it. We go for gold.
Wellington!
Hey, you know what, guys? That was pretty dang good. And you know what gets me really excited? You haven't even reached the top of your potential yet. Not even close. Each and every one of you should take that as a challenge and see if you can find that next level.
Here we go. Wellington! Wellington! 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 Here we go. Here we go. Wellington! Here we go. Wellington! Wellington! Here we go. Wellington! Wellington! Here we go. Wellington! Wellington! Here we go. Wellington!
This one is for gold.
180.
All right, man, bring it in tight, bring it in tight. Let me tell you something. That was the best practice of the season. Not a single mental mistake. That's the type of practice championship teams have. Keep it up.
Coach, on the eastern edge of the D.C. metro area in Landover, Maryland. That's where we are situated at FedEx Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Redskins. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here we go. 180. 26.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. On second down, it's Pollard. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard.
Let's go, Pete. Tighten up. Switch. Check 24. Sling.
They run the counter. Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Cooper was the intended target. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
They go play action now. Haskins nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So the drive's going to start with Pollard pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Come on.
On second down now, Pollard looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
No gain on the play. And it's third down.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third.
Here we go. Watch the eye.
Prescott to throw it. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. This is Bell. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, it's Bell. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Brings up third down.
Check, Mike. Ready, go.
Haskins on third down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Check, 53. Check. Under.
On second down, Pollard. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
But for a running back, that kind of encompasses everything right there. Terrific run, but he almost gets into the end zone. Remember, almost. Didn't quite get there. Most running backs I know, they don't want to come out of the game now. They're screaming to the bench, call it again. I want to get into the end zone.
53, Mike. I'm coming for you, Mike.
Now here's Pollard, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Tony Pollard with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Hey.
To throw on third down. Haskins looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they can really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On 2nd down now, Pollard. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
The run there on first down gets him a yard to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Get after.
Pollard going to try the right side. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang at Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception. Bell a first down and then some. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Le'Veon Bell. His 11th touchdown of the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. Oh, a I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go, 46.
From the 41, Prescott. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, 47.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
Hey, kill.
A first down throw for Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7.
Watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Record. Let's go.
From the gun, Haskins on third down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's just me and you.
Now they try the right side here. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Haskins will throw, and he's going to go down again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Going deep this time for Miller. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Here we go. 4-9. Check 53. Push him back. Push him back.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Trying to run forward with Pollard. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Check 53. Quarterback, don't get nervous, man.
1st down, and it's Pollard again. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Go, go.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Here we go. 53, Mike. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
On second down, Pollard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Here we go. Then we're going to 53. 53! I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
On third down, it's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper.
The Redskins take over first and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's Haskins. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Haskins now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Here's Haskins. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards, the final tally.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Now Haskins on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. And it's second down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Hey, defense.
Second and 10 now. Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Fourth down, here's Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
First down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Watch the pass.
On 2nd and 9. Haskins. It's caught by Davis. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just one conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 7.
57. Mike 57. Here we go. Here we go.
Now Haskins to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off Byron Jones. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. He was looking for Paul Richardson there.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Check 56. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance, and they'll end up winning this game.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Here go 46.
Now on 2nd and 13. Prescott. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys! Amari Cooper with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the... And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 21. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now, the PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Back to the air, Haskins after the pick six. And this one complete to Reed. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Randy Gregory in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now, the safety, Carl Joseph, there to knock that one away. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here's Haskins to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Here we go. 53.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
26.
They'll run on first down. Pollard, and he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Going to run again here with Pollard. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Stay with your man.
One final shot for Haskins. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cowboys, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they suffered just their 2nd loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.